Well, here's where the rubber really hits the road, isn't it? How to actually manage stress and anxiety. So if you want the short version, the literature, a lot of stuff you're going to know, things like diet and exercise. If I wanted a cheats way of managing anxiety, then believe it or not, it would be yoga. The regular practice of yoga is what the research tells us seems to be the single most effective way of managing anxiety. I know it might seem to you to have nothing to do with anxiety. Going off, if you don't know what yoga is, you basically go off and it's sort of like an exercise class, but you're doing all these weird stretches for an hour. But basically what yoga's been shown to do is to calm your amygdala, that limbic area of your brain that's, on speed when you're a teenager and is sort of responsible for a lot of that anxiety and depression. Trying to calm that is what you're trying to do neurologically or biologically, and one of the most effective things for doing that is a regular practice of going to yoga. So you don't need to understand it. If you're desperate to manage your anxiety, then try the regular practice of yoga. I know that's not going to be up the alley for everybody there, so how's the rest of us going to manage stress and anxiety? Well, in conjunction with all the other stuff we've said about managing sugar intake, the other thing is regular exercise. Basically, exercise releases endorphins. What endorphins do in a simple way is help to calm that amygdala, calm the emotive areas of the brain, and help to strengthen your frontal cortex, that part of your brain that controls your emotions, so it's able to control the anxiety. Jogging will do that as well. Jogging strengthens your frontal cortex. That's the reason I say yoga is because it's like the cheat sheet. The yoga will strengthen your frontal cortex just as much as jogging, but will also at the same time be calming your amygdala, whereas jogging doesn't do that, it just stimulates the cortex. So you're sort of getting twice as much bang for buck by doing yoga in that example than you would by running. Diet, I know it's boring, but lots of green vegetables. Like a healthy diet is going to impact what you eat is what you are. I'm not a nutritionalist, so you might want to get some proper advice on that, but in terms of it managing your anxiety, then definitely what you're eating is going to have a huge impact. The other thing I'd say is make sure that you talk to people. What really stands out in the literature is people who say, hey, I need support, people that are willing to reach out, they're the people that end up being the most resilient. It's not the people that bottle it up and keep it to themselves. That's actually one of the biggest risk factors. So if you haven't got someone to talk to, find someone to talk to. It's better to talk to someone in the whānau, in your family, usually in your circle, but there are lots of services out there for, phones, counselling services anyway, that you can ring to reach out for support. The big thing is don't stay isolated. In lots of ways, the sort of mother of mental illness is isolation, being by yourself. And really that means the opposite of that is true. The height of well-being is being well connected to your community. So that's basically everything that the literature's got to tell you on how to manage stress, anxiety and depression. If it is a problem, then obviously medication is another avenue that you can go down. So I'd encourage you to talk to your doctor about that.